You see the engine's running. I'm absolutely thrilled, thanks to the kindness and generosity of Adam at Living with the Classic in Sweden. I spoke to Adam at length for about 15-20 minutes discussing the symptoms with this car, and if you saw the videos you'd have seen that I was complaining that I was convinced the left-hand tank was half full and the right-hand tank was completely empty and disconnected. And then it was reading the opposite way around on the switch, on the dash switch and on the gauge. Now, what Adam said, and when I spoke to him, I thought, yes, he's right. He said what's happened is there's the return valve, the return switch has failed, and it's drawing it from the right-hand tank to the engine. It's returning it to the right. So it's going from the left and ended up in the right, and the right was disconnected. So what I've done, I've actually gone straight to the right-hand tank and started off the right-hand tank, and it's starting, it's running fine. The only problem is I've got no return at all. There should be quite a gush blasting in here. You can't sort of see it, and there's nothing going in the other side either. There should be quite a fountain going in one side or the other. It'll be interesting to see what happens when it goes over onto petrol. I'll be honest with you, I'm not confident to drive it. I'm due to drive 200 miles tonight, but I'm going to go in my wife's old Volkswagen, which is parked next to it. The simple reason, if I break down, the recovery company will not come out a second time to the same problem within 28 days, and it will cost me an absolute fortune. So I am going to go back to Nottingham with the Beetle and come back with tools and the manual. But I don't know why it's not appearing to return. That valve there, that pressure relief valve, should open and allow fuel to go back and end up back in the tank where it started. Now then, we don't have a flow. We've definitely not got a flow. We should have quite a strong flow. So, but the engine's running. It's running very, very, very well. I didn't need a new fuel pump, but hey, you know, I think it's running far too rich, and not too rich, but under enormous pressure. It should be returning, and it's not. Maybe that return valve has failed. I don't know. It's just switching over onto LPG now. It's stuttering a bit. Let's have a look. Yes, it's now running on LPG. And because I've packed all the boot, I can't actually tell if it's... I really can't tell whether it's the fuel pump's turning or not, because I've packed all the boot. If the fuel pump is still turning, is it going to be... I don't know. I'm just a bit confused. Yeah, you can see it's spluttering and splattering here. Is that water? It's just water. It's just condensation. I thought it was petrol, but it's not. It's condensation. But anyway, I've got it running. I'm absolutely thrilled, but I just don't have the confidence to drive it. I really don't have the confidence to drive it back to Nottingham in case it fails. Well, it sounds perfectly fantastic on LPG. Do I risk it or don't I? I just don't know. I cannot work out why. I just can't work out why I've got no fuel being returned to either tank, because you can see it, and it's like quite a fountain. There's no way of missing it. But let me switch this off now, and I'll decide which of the cars, the old Volkswagen or the Jag, I'm going back to Nottingham in.